Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Queen Bean Tarot, or you may know me as Jess. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. Today I'm going to be doing a reading. This is the next good thing coming your way, and I am reading two star sign astro oracle cards. So I've got two star signs, and I'm going to be pulling cards for and asking questions about this next good thing to come your way. I done this for myself, came out beautifully. Doing this generally, it comes out a little bit more messy, a little bit harder, but it is general, so you take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For your star sign, the best way to do it is to focus on your sun sign, but if you also want to watch the others where it's like your moon or your rising, you're more than welcome to do that. So today, I believe right now I'm going to be doing Aquarius and Pisces, so an air sign and a water sign. So all of these just happen to turn out that there was no fire sign with fire sign or water sign with water sign. They were all mixed and matched. However, Aquarius and Pisces end up to be side by side, 11 and 12 of the zodiac wheel. Anyway, so what I'll be asking is, you at the time of receiving this good thing, what is this good thing? How do you receive this good thing? Like, how do you react to getting this, or hearing about it, or learning it, or receiving it? You know, how are you reacting to it? Like, where are you at that time? Like, are you, you know, taking it well, not well, whatnot? When does this good thing happen? I'm going to try and get some timing. Is this next good thing worth accepting? Because not every single time we get something good, not every single one is worth accepting. The way I view it's like doors, and you might have it arrive, you might have something better later on, or you will have this come back around at a different time, depending on what it is. It's going to be different for every single person, because this is general. Please, this isn't one-on-one. Please don't accept things that do not resonate. Probably take note of anything special, but if it doesn't come through, it doesn't come through. I think I said, is it worth accepting? Now, number 6 is the outcome. 1, if you do accept or take it, and 2, if you don't accept or take it. Other things, like my last ones I just done, is if sometimes this won't be as clear. It could just be something that happens to you, or it's happening to, like, let's say for a partner, your partner. It means like it's gonna happen to you. It's out of your control. Someone else is making that choice for you. Like, if it happens to your partner because you are directly connected, it most likely will also affect you. So let's say your partner wins the lotto, you're also winning that money as well. Use to a unit, you know. So it's not happening to you, but it's affecting you because it's your partner, you know. Or your child might happen to someone else. For example, it might be something like a situation. The last one was like, it was affecting the star signs that I was reading for because other people were causing the situation to happen to them. Number 7 is advice on how to deal with this good thing when it comes your way. So like, if you had a bad reaction to receiving it, or you know where you're up to in your life when it happens, you might be in a negative place when it happens. You know, it might not be worth accepting. So any advice, you know, for anything that comes up that might be harder to deal with. And number 8 is, how can you identify when this is happening? So like, any identifiers for you, like how you might be feeling, where you might be if you're in a really good situation and this comes along, how you might be able to tell if this is the situation that is happening right now, so that you don't miss it. It's to make it easier for you to see it when it's happening. I will be taking reversals in this, and I will be using my Lucid Dreams Tarot, and I am pulling some Wild Muse oracle cards, which I have already pulled to save some time, because all these readings were like, to going for like 40 odd minutes, and the last one I managed to shuffle down to like 29 minutes, so trying to save some time. Okay, so we have Aquarius, which is actually an air sign. I know, shows water, doesn't it? No, it's an air sign. This confuses every single person I know. This is collaboration. And number 12 is Pisces, Sanitize, which is the water sign. It's the two fish. Two beautiful signs. Now these guys are right next to each other in the zodiac wheel, like I mentioned. So for my beautiful Aquarius, you guys tend to be born from January 20th to February 18th. You have more yang energy. You are an air element. You have a fixed quality, so it means that you're a stabilizer. You like security and to be stable. Your lucky day is Saturday. You are also symbolized by the water bearer. Your dominant keyword is I know. Your body part is ruled by your ankles and circulatory system. Your lucky numbers are 4 and 8. Your ruling planet is Uranus. However, traditionally, Aquarius was ruled by Saturn. However, it's now Uranus. Uranus actually represents revolution, innovation, and also unexpected changes. This actually influences your star sign to be original, inventive, and sometimes rebellious. It adds a bit of like discipline and responsibility to you guys. You are best compatible with Geminis, Libras, Aries, and Sagittarius. The first two are air signs and the last two are fire signs. Now for my beautiful Pisces, you guys are born from February 19th to March 20th. You have more feminine duality, which is more of the fluid yin energy. You are water element. Your lucky day is Thursday, and you have a mutable quality, which means you like flexibility and freedom. You like to be able to move about and do as you wish. You don't like to be yous aren't cardinal and yous aren't fixed. So you are symboled by the fish. Your dominant word is I believe, and your body part is ruled by your feet, lymphatic system, and immune system. Your lucky numbers are 3 and 7. Your ruling planet is Neptune. However, traditionally it used to be Jupiter. So Neptune actually represents spirituality, dreams, illusions, and it influences you guys to be quite creative and imaginative, and to connect to the divine. However, because you guys used to be connected to Jupiter, this adds a little bit of a layer of like philosophy, expansion, and a search for sort of meaning, which actually connects better with your spiritual dreaming and your, you know, search and connection with divinity, with the divine. So you're more kind of spiritual, or very what's the word I'm thinking, religious. Yeah. You're best compatible with Taurus, which is an earth sign, Capricorn, earth sign, Cancer and Scorpio are both water signs. So let's see what your muse cards are. We've got Fighting Spirit, 54, and number 2, Claim Your Energy. I'm going to set these up here. Alrighty, let's get into it. You might notice my voice is getting horsey. I call it horsey. It's getting worn out. I've been doing this for hours. As I said, nearly every reading has been 40 minutes, and we have 12 zodiac signs by 2, this is my 5th reading, so I've got one more reading after this. Oh, okay, so this is going to be you at the time of receiving this good thing. I am taking reversals, like I said, doubting your intuition. You might be feeling blocked, insecure. You might need to do some emotional sort of deep diving, like balancing out your emotions. You might be very insecure emotionally. Might be dealing with escapism as well. So you might actually be feeling like you're backed into a corner, or you might have a blockage. I feel like emotionally you're not going to be in a good place, which is a good telltale sign of where you are sitting when this comes in. So you can use this as a good way of reading if this is the right thing that's coming to you. Like if this is a good thing coming to you, you can easily identify it based on this one. Also, the timing card I'm gonna get, but also with how to identify when this is actually happening. So we'll get into that. But for your Pisces, this isn't a really good thing because Pisces is water as well, and this is also a water sign. So, you know, it's when I saw that doubting intuition, Pisces are very intuitive, especially based on their ruling, you know, their ruling planet. That's very upsetting. Sorry, you guys, that must be very upsetting, especially for a Pisces. For a Aquarius, I feel like you guys being an air sign, you have a balance of your emotion and your mental ability. Hence why you guys deal with like, you know, you deal with things in a slightly different way compared to your Pisces friend. And I always feel like these two get along pretty well, but I'm pretty sure that's the furthest thing from the truth. Let's see, what is this good thing that's coming your way? Let's get some good news. Ooh, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm feeling it. I'm like looking at the fingers that I caught it with, like as if it's got all the answers. Okay, ooh, okay. I love it when things like this pop up. Okay. So you might be taking more of a leadership. This could also deal with a parent, like a father or a mother, someone who's quite masculine. This could be something you were working on, or you were getting into this mindset, this control and stability. You might have been feeling like you've got no control and you want to get back into, I'm hearing getting back into the driver's seat. You might even be getting your license back if you have indeed lost a license. I'm just getting that for a few people. With the Hierophant reversed, so this could be a lack of tradition, or you are moving away from a tradition that used to serve you. This could also be religion. You might lose some faith. You might choose not to commit to something. You might be going against the, what's the saying, going against the corn, going against the grain, something like that. You might actually be looking into different religions, or I feel like you're searching, especially for my Pisces. If you have been feeling like this, I think you could be searching for not a way out, but like a way to heal, or something that will suit you. Like, I think once you search something, you're probably gonna be like, ooh, that's interesting, and you might actually learn about different religions, and I feel like you're gonna broaden your horizons. That, or I am seeing for a few people where if you go to, I'm sorry for the noise, there is a cicada in my room flying around. You might actually be failed by someone who's a specialist in their field, or you get help in an unconventional way. I'm sort of seeing like if someone's getting married, like you're not getting married in a church or by anyone, like you have someone who's ordained and it's like your best friend, and they just like marry you on the beach. You all go out there and you get married, and it's like spur of the moment, like super untraditional. Like, I mean, like the polar opposite of tradition. This could also be if you are working or you live a life let's say you always go to church and you're always very family oriented, you might be stepping away from that position, or you're not gonna be the person they all turn to for help, like you're putting up a boundary. You could also be reuniting with someone who is very masculine, or you are now looking at a tradition. This is very deep. I shouldn't be surprised it's Pisces. This is very, very deep, guys. You might also be looking at traditions you used to have when you were younger and kind of getting nostalgic about it. I'm sorry to say, I am getting for a few people that you might have someone passing away, or you're connecting with someone you used to know and you will start a new relationship with them, and they're not traditional like they used to be when you used to know them. You might actually struggle. So I'm also seeing for some people, if you get a partner and they have a different religion, you guys might struggle to conform with each other's traditions and religions and beliefs in the beginning. You might also take up a position that gives you more power, but your morals might be tested. You might have to take what you've learned from the past and build some defenses up to be able to deal with this. This is very good thing sort of view to me. Like, I'm trying to get it in any way, but it seems like whatever this thing that's coming towards you, I'm not seeing it as something that's being presented to you like an offer or a job or a partner. I feel like this is something that is happening around you and you're living through it. That's what I'm feeling. Like, let's say if this is someone you used to know and you do end up, you know, gaining a relationship with them, I feel like they move back to your city. Regardless of you reconnecting or not with them, you're gonna be living with them in your city and in your vicinity. Like, I feel like it's gonna be around you no matter what. It's gonna be happening to you. This could be that your partner falls out of the same religion as you, or has a, like a test of faith. I am getting for some people that you're gonna be starting a family and it's not gonna be what you perceived it to be. That could be, I've got a feeling like if you might get told you're with child. For male or female, like, even though my males can't fall pregnant, your partner could be pregnant, and this is probably another reason why it's coming out. Like, you feel like you want control, but you can't because you're not the one carrying the baby at the time. For those of you who are female, who are physically carrying the baby, this could be that your partner's trying to enact more control over your body in the situation where you're like, I'm the one birthing. For others, where this is actually, you know, like, you might have a surrogacy, you might feel like you're lacking control, or you're trying to hold traditional values where it's like you want it to be as, what's the word, like original or real as possible. Like, you want to have it like, once your baby is born, like, it's placed on your chest for a woman, and like, you know, your partner like takes off his top and you get to have the skin on skin bonding. But like, you don't get that opportunity straight away per se, or it's not going to happen in the way that you perceive it, because you're in a room with someone else who's going to be birthing the child, or like, it's not going to be in the way that you sort of had pictured. So you have to like navigate. This also makes sense with the stubbornness, like changes have to be made. You're sort of like, and this also makes a lot of sense with emotions, because with this sort of thing, it's very emotionally charged. So for quite a few people, I'm getting that sort of thing. So, but it seems like the good thing is happening to you, and there's an inevitability to choose a different way. It's like you have to deal with it. You can't choose to take this opportunity or not. It's happening for you, not you having a decision. So how do you receive this good thing? Let's see. How does this good thing happen? Regardless if it's a lack of faith or a position. Okay, so this is resistance to change, irrational dictator, final decisions, absolution, judgment, the Knight of Cups, romance, and transitions, moving to calmer waters and distance. Wow, guys. I knew you guys were going to be difficult. The last one was so nice and smooth. I just knew that it couldn't keep going. So how do you receive this good thing? Well, it definitely is a process. Sorry, my voice is I'm losing it. It's a process. The fact that you've got, it's the end of something else, and it's like a whole new recycle, like a cycle, like being recycled is the best way for me to think about it. It is dealing with other people. I keep seeing this masculine man. He's over here, he's over here. So if you have a partner, they might have been the person to do this to you. There is also romance here. So this is either a person you might be considering partnership with. Judgment is like you do decide. Like I can see stubbornness here. So whatever it is, if this is you getting married, you are going to work out, you know, how to deal with this. I am seeing that you might have actually, when this comes to you, you might have traveled or planned on traveling, and then you come upon them and then you choose to travel together. With this, you might actually be dealing with someone who is trying to, because there's resistance to change in someone trying to control and manipulate. So I feel like someone trying to bend metal and they can't. Justice will be served when it comes to that. So you might receive this good thing while you're going through something quite difficult. And the transition of this is actually, because judgment is a calling, but it is also, when it comes to judgment, it's like a life purpose. So the fact that you go from, you know, resisting control from something to a life calling, love, and this, I'm sort of seeing like this, if this person is indeed a partner, you could fall pregnant with them, like, or if you are the man, she might fall pregnant and you're like, oh, okay, so, which changes everything. This could be a partner where you might, this could be a partner who comes along and helps you in a situation where it is very difficult, and they help you find your path, and with love and care they sort of guide you, and you end up traveling with them. It might be they help you to get away from the things that are causing you quite a lot of upsettance. This could also be like, it's time, like how do you receive this is during a very difficult time of your life, because you have so many cards coming out. I do feel like for a few people this is going to be different. So how do you receive this good thing? You're going to be reacting in a way that I can't even perceive. So you're gonna want to either be escaping it, you're gonna take it gracefully. So I feel like this is gonna change, because this one is the most wide. I've not had so many different good things that I could perceive. You might want to control the entire narrative when this good thing happens, to the point of manipulation and abusing your control. You might resist this change. So when you get told this, you might be like, nope, I am not dealing with this. So that's for some people. Other people that are, oh, okay, well, I'm going to control the narrative. I'm going to tell everyone this. I'm going to control this. For this one, you might be like, oh, I was waiting for a change. Oh, I mean, so excited. I know this is my life purpose, you know, this is my awakening. I am going to go, like, your eyes are open and you are like, this is what you've always wanted. For other people, you're going to take it gracefully, and you're very happy, and you are thinking, not just creatively, but diplomatic wise, you're being quite sensible about it. And then for other people, you're going to want to move away and not deal with it. Like, you're like, good thing, what good thing? I'm halfway across the world. This is so difficult, this one. I have not had any of these be this difficult, if I'm being perfectly honest. Wow, guys. that was only the third thing. There is 8 altogether, not including 6 is split up into 2. So for 4, when does this good thing happen? Oh gosh, let's hope only one card comes out, because the more that comes out, the more timing we get, and it gets very difficult. So what timing are we gonna be dealing with? Oh no, I had a whole pile come out. I jinxed myself, guys. I jinxed myself. Well, technically it's only 3. This is in reverse, this is upright, and this is in reverse. Okay, let's see. Doesn't matter if they're in reverse, but 10 of Wands and 5 of Wands, I'm pretty sure they have the exact same timing. So yeah, the 5 of Wands is spring and days, and the 10 of Wands is the same. So either in springtime, or this could occur in days. I do feel like this might be a very, like I said, it's something you have to deal with, and it's quite controlled. However, when we come to the Sun, which is number 19, this has to deal with spring. Yeah, so I'd say springtime is very important wherever you live. Because right now I'm in summer, like where I live. I live in Australia, so I'm just so happy this one was a little bit easier. Like, it was all clustered around the same sort of timing. Sometimes that does happen, very rarely. Number 5, is this worth accepting? Again, this might be something where it's gonna be quite ambiguous, only because it doesn't feel like this is something you accept. It feels like it's something that's happening to you. And there we go. So there we go. Overcommitment, disorganization, willpower. Like I said, it feels like it's something that you're gonna struggle with, but you're gonna deal with it. I feel like there's no other way for you to deal with it. You have to juggle and deal with it, because you have to. It's happening to you. I feel this is giving me like pregnancy. Like, it feels like, because once you fall pregnant, like, I mean, you're pregnant, there's no rewind, pause, stop, eject. Not for everyone. Certain things can happen, but I feel like this is not one of those cases. Like, it's gonna happen, and once it happens, that's sort of it. Your outcome, if you're accepting this, which I don't feel like there is an accept, but dealing with this, how is this outcome? in a accepting way. If you go with this, in a fluidity. Yeah, breakthrough, truth, new insights, new ideas, vision, focus, mental clarity, success, successfully. I think maybe because you have to. Now, if we say if you're not really accepting of this, because there was so many of reactions, not so accepting of this, how do we get a, okay, recovery of financial loss, hope return? So very similar to how you're going to have an outcome, which is actually solidifying the way I'm perceiving this, that you're on this path and it seems you're not in a deviation. I haven't had one like this yet, not per se, not to this degree where it's so set in stone. This is what's making me think of pregnancy, or literally you fully lose the faith in what you had. And when you lose faith in, like, let's say a religion or a belief, once that's gone, you can't really rekindle that, if that makes sense. It's not something you can bring back from the ashes like a phoenix. I'm sorry, but that's the only other thing I can really get, and this is a really intense reading. Advice with how to deal with this when it comes your way. Like, how can you deal with this? Any advice for my beautiful Aquarians and Pisces? Your advice is financial failure. I think it would be more like, see how it says traditions here? Breaking traditions. Interesting. I think it would be preparing for financial failure, or thinking, oh, we got one thing. Oh, okay. Fully learning from the past, returning home. Okay, yeah. Alrighty. So you might need to rely on family again. Advice is to prepare for any outcome, regardless of the financial loss or family conflicts. You might have to rely on family, even if they do not believe in what you're doing. Maybe you're going against their traditions, but I feel like in this circumstance they might help you. I'm seeing an olive branch. It is a little bit difficult to say entirely. You might even put off dealing with this or talking to people about, like, to your family about this, and you are afraid of change. So for your advice, it will be, think about the communication. I would say definitely prepare a script, prepare financially, prepare in every way you possibly can, in any and every way. This is quite difficult because for some of you it's gonna be a lack in faith, where if you do have to return home, it's gonna impact that. For others, it could be, for some very few, I am getting divorce. I did have one that was very strong on divorce, but only a few, like, it's very few is gonna be divorce. How can you identify this? Ooh, okay. So, well, in the time of your life, you're gonna actually be quite excited, and you want to adventure, you want to go out, you've got excitement, like, you're a young spirit. I've got a feeling you might be a young person, if I'm being honest. I'm getting a younger spirit sort of feeling. However, you are, getting the whole preparing to live your life, leave your comfort zone. So if you're planning on traveling and living your life, and this might actually be what causes some friction in family dynamics or traditional values. If you are indeed from a religion where it is like you need to get married and settle down and be a homemaker, because that is quite common, but you want to travel and live your life and be free and experience and explore, and along the way it might change your view on the life you want, and you might lose the family you love because of this. So when you start like looking at traveling and what you want to do in your life and choosing your path, when you start thinking about what life you want and you start doing that creative adventure for looking at the path you want to live and where you're going with that decision and those choices, this is when this is probably going to strike. I've got a feeling it's going to be a little bit out of the blue. Even though this is a bit of a spark and a life decision, a bit more passionate, you are like, it is still the fact that you might emotionally still be upset. You could have had a falling out, and just because you've got a spark and an initiation to do something that you're passionate about doesn't mean you can't not be upset with other things in your life. So do take that. Remember, spring is important. You might be planning to travel and live your life, and you might have had a falling out with certain friends or family, or a compromising view on traditions, and you might have been hurt emotionally, or someone's cut you off family wise or friend wise. So if that is happening in your life, this is just about to start, and it's going to happen to you. I have a feeling someone's trying to take your power away, and this is why these are saying claim your energy, claim your energy, and you are a fighting spirit. You can take charge of yourself and you can live any life you want. This is the reading I have for you guys. This was actually very full on. So I'm leaving you with lots of love, light, and positive vibes. Please like, share, comment. It really helps. It helps the algorithm. Let me know how you perceive this, what's happening. If this doesn't resonate, please click off. Please don't. Yeah, if it's not right, it's not right. I'll let everyone just remind people, I live in Australia. I'm in a very different location. I do find certain readers in certain different like hemispheres or locations, it isn't quite as accurate, or it seems like timing is off. So do keep that in mind as well. But yeah, this is the reading I have for you, and I'm leaving you with lots of love, light, and positive vibes. I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Bye now.